So here are the models that I assembled the day before. So I'm going to disassemble them now and try and tidy them up with this tool. I did such a horrible job. The cat's trying to grab one. I did a horrible job cutting them out of the mold. So there's quite a lot to clean up. Eventually I just start using the clippers again because I clipped it in completely the wrong spot. I couldn't really get these cleaned up properly. I don't know, maybe I was using the tool wrongly or not applying enough pressure, or yeah, I'm not really sure. But to the finger touch, they did feel quite smooth, so I'm hoping that the paint will cover up any of these blemishes. I was also trying to find the mold lines. All the videos I watched from experts are like, oh, you've got to get rid of the mold lines. Except I couldn't really even tell which were mold lines or just detail lines. So maybe I need to get my eyes checked. But yeah, I did see like one or two and I tried to clean them up a little bit. But yeah, it didn't seem like a big a deal as people on the internet were making it. So again, probably completely messed up. So now I've started on the Space Marine. So yeah, just doing more of the same. While I'm doing this, I can share what got me into trying out Warhammer for the first time. So I follow Rahul Kohli on Twitter, and I also play Warhammer Tacticus on the mobile, and I think the Epic Games free store was Warhammer Mechanicus, and so there's all these things that were kind of subliminally promoting it to me, so I thought I would give it a try. So yeah, I watched some videos on YouTube, but they're all from experts that have been doing this for 10 years. So I don't have any friends that are interested in the hobby, so I thought I'd just give it a try on my own. So I'm sure I'm committing a lot of sins, but yeah, just trying my best and trying it out. The cat has come to join me again while this is happening. So yeah, so now I'm trying to remember how they were assembled in the first place, because I'm going to try gluing them. Again, some of the people online were saying, the push pin doesn't hold and it's kind of can move and shift, so gluing is better. The cat wants to get in on the glue action, so I just have to remind him to stay away. He really wants to chow down on that stand. So yeah, this is a glue that my wife got for me that is recommended. I think after attempting this glue, and you'll see in a minute, I think it's too advanced technique for a beginner. I think in hindsight I should have probably just left it with the push pin. I couldn't really find the right places to glue, and then too much came out, and then I was completely paranoid that I was going to glue it completely wrong. You can probably see my hands were shaking a little bit. So yeah, I don't really think that the glue really added anything. I mean, maybe the longevity of the model. And yeah, here I was struggling trying to remember how the hands went on, and then I just glued where the push pin goes, which is probably not a good attempt. Yeah, if you've got any suggestions, feel free to write a comment. I did see one video online from an expert that was saying to cut off the push pin things and then just glue them on normally. So maybe I should have done that. But yeah, again, I was just kind of winging it at this stage. I think I put way too much hot glue on there. And then I'm still not convinced that I even have the arms on correctly, but yeah, it's good enough. Now here's one of the big things I regretted is I glued this jetpack thing on, and all it did was, and the belt as well, but it just made it so much harder to paint those particular things. I think in hindsight, if I didn't use the glue, I could have just taken them off and just painted them separately. But yeah, I was just in a glue mindset and didn't want to put the glue away and then get it out again. But I regretted this decision in about an hour and a half into painting. Especially this jetpack thing here has a lot of detail on the inside that's really hard to get to when it's glued on. So, lesson learned. At least I didn't glue it to the base. I just only attached it because I thought when I get to painting the base later, it's probably going to be handy. This little Necron face was like really difficult to glue on. But yeah, I'll save you the pain of watching that. So what I've done here is I've got some blue tack that I'm just putting on the base of the model. Again, a lot of the experts use magnets, but I don't have any magnets. But I have this level thing that I never use, but it's super lightweight. It's a stick kind of thing. So I'm going to attach these models and then I'm going to take them outside to prime them. So this is the two primers that I have. I just got from Bunnings. They're about $15 each. Wore a N95 mask that I had from COVID and then just went outside to the fresh air and just applied like a really light black coat to them, kind of trying to move the can past them because I was paranoid that if you put too much paint on it, they can actually, stick and create droplets and stuff on the model. You can see here, obviously, logistics reasoning is not my strong suit. I'm trying to spray it from different angles and struggling with that a bit. Again, I was kind of nervous that I was going to do some irreparable damage to the models. I didn't want to. I think the paint can even eat the plastic, so yeah, I was a bit paranoid about that. So I'm just kind of waiting for it to dry a bit. I think probably I should have waited longer, but I was getting a bit impatient at this point. So yeah, I'm just inspecting it. So here is the finished product. I actually thought they looked really cool from an artistic, stylized point of view. I think the black primer paint gave it a really good shine. Maybe that's a bad thing. But here I'm just trying to spray them from the top because one of the expert YouTube videos recommended to do highlighting from above with a white primer so that it gets some natural highlights. Again, I think this technique is probably too advanced for a beginner. This is what the end product looked like. But I think with the Necron especially, I think just having the black primer color is probably going to be easier. So this is the inside setup. I've just got a $2 pack of brushes from Target or Kmart. I've got the painting instructions out. And this is the little dude about to be painted. So I'm going to use the Macragge glue. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Need to watch some more Warhammer podcast videos to get what the origins of that is. So yeah, I mean, I've never really even painted properly before, so I was kind of a bit out of my league on what to expect, what was happening. So what I did try and do is, fish out some of the blue paint from here. I'm not sure if that thing on the lid is actually a pouring thing, but I just tried to get some of the blue out and put it on my wet palette. So my wet palette is some paper towel and some paper bake, and they said that you have to use parchment paper, not wax paper. I didn't know there was a difference, and as you'll see in a moment, I think brown paper that we use in the oven is not the right thing because it seems to be a little too waxy. Oh yeah, so I forgot to shake it up before, so I closed the lid and shook it, because yeah, some videos recommended to do that. So yeah, I was just trying to put some blue because I knew I need a lot of it for this model, but you can see there that it's kind of almost repelling from the brown paper, which I never saw any video online that looked like that, so it's kind of a bit worried at this point that I've made a fatal mistake, but I'm just trying to get some more off the brush, because it felt like it was a bit too thick at this point. So yeah, I'm like looking at it pooling and I'm like, this is not correct. There is no way that I have followed these instructions correctly. So yeah, if I'm using the wrong paper, let me know which one I should be using, or if there's any other, better wet palette kind of options. But yeah, I reached the point of like just being like, oh, I'm just gonna, roll the dice. So I was trying to see here, like, if I had enough on or not enough on. So to me, it looked kind of watery from my complete noob perspective. But when I start painting it, I'm just going to try and paint this leg. To me, it actually was too thick. So I'm not quite sure why it seemed light. But yeah, when I'm putting it on here, I'm just like, oh no, I'm just completely losing all the texture, all the detail. But I was at the point of no return at this point, so I just kept going. Also, one other thing that I probably did that was wrong was I just kind of painted the things that needed to be blue. Like the instructions were saying I'll just paint the entire model in blue as kind of like an undercoat, but I felt like because I did the priming spray paint that I probably didn't need to do that. But if there is a reason for that, please let me know, because yeah, I've got no effing idea what I'm doing, so I'm just kind of making it up as I go. And yeah, at this point I remembered that I should not have glued that little ammo pack on because I've already put blue paint on it. And I've only got the fine tip brushes from Kmart. I don't have any of the flat tip ones, so I think next time I go I'm going to pick up another pack. Yeah, so this is just me. I just filling in the details. I'm not going to bother showing you the whole thing because yeah, I probably spent a good 2 hours just winging it as I went, trying to get the detail and stuff in, and yeah, I start trying to do the black bits, and I'll fast forward. This is the end product, so yeah, it's alright. I'm pretty happy with it, like considering that I kind of just figured it out on my own. You can see on the right the gold lines are very uneven, and I haven't done the base yet, but all in all I thought it was a good first attempt.